Hey there everyone! So today's going to be my April reading wrap-up. I did not finish nearly as many books as I had planned. In fact, I didn't even actually complete the magical readathon. I tried. I did not succeed. Before I do that, however, I wanted to let you know that I do have some upcoming travel vlogs coming. I was actually away in Thessaloniki in Greece for a week and I took some video while I was there. I don't yet know how many travel vlogs I'm going to have for you, but I'm slowly going through editing them. I do have quite a bit of video for an entire week. Well, not even an entire week. I forgot my camera the first 2 days. To be fair, the first day was a quick tour of the city, and the second day in Virginia, most of the sites were closed and you were not allowed to take photography or video inside the museum there. So yeah, those will be coming up sometime soon, I'm hoping. It is taking me a while to go through the amount of video I took. So in my last video, I decided to participate in the magical readathon being hosted by Book Roast, and I didn't really complete it. So I had 7 categories and then my honorary 8th of all the readings I had to do for my essays and my classes, which I don't think I'm going to count. And in order to pass the OWLS exams, you had to finish 5 subjects. I only completed 4. I did complete 5 books this month, however, the first book I read was before I knew about the magical readathon, and it did not really fall into any categories. Well, I guess it could fall into a category if I really wanted it to, but I read it before I chose my books for this readathon, so I don't know if I want to count it afterwards. Feels a little bit like cheating if I do. So yeah, let's get started. So the first book I read this month was The Selection by Kira Cass. So I mainly read this book because 2 booktubers I follow have read this themselves, and they said it was a favorite sort of trashy YA novel for them. And I thought that would be really nice at the moment, considering I have my assignments due coming up, I'm getting close to the end of term, and while I may not have finals, I do have some very major bits of work I have to hand in. So I have been interested in this book for a while now, and after hearing it was just a fun little stress-free read, I thought it'd be great. I'll be honest, I didn't like this book nearly as much as I thought I might have, although I think I'm getting to the point where I really don't like dystopian YA-esque books. So for the selection, I gave it a 2 out of 5. I was actually really enjoying this book up until I'd say at least over halfway through it. Somewhere between the halfway and the 3/4 point, it just kind of took a turn that I really wasn't very excited about. At this point, I don't even know if I wish to continue with the series. It just wasn't really something I was enjoying that much. But the curiosity might get the best of me and I might decide to see how it ends exactly and how it goes. However, I've already technically been spoiled. Spoiler read is entirely my fault. I wanted to see if I would consider continuing. I kind of spoiled the end of the series for me, and now I'm not entirely sure I am going to continue. So after this, we get into the books I actually completed for the magical readathon, and that would be 4. So the first book I finished was my pick for Care of Magical Creatures, which was something that had a magical creature either within the book or on the cover, and that was Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. I actually really enjoyed this book. In fact, I'm now already reading the sequel because I really wanted to know how this duology ends. So I give this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I think my favorite part about this book was the main character of Alosa. Alosa as a character is one that, while she is cruel, she isn't regretful of that choice. And that's something I have been seeing for some characters, and it's not always something that makes a lot of sense. Sometimes you can make a character who does cruel actions and they regret them. That's perfectly fine. But making a character and putting them together as being a very cruel person and then putting them as also being regretful of those actions is a little odd. So the fact that the author did not do that to Alosa made me really happy. She put that for Alosa. She was definitely very cruel, but she still had morals of such. So because of that, I'm still very interested in this series. I am very excited about reading the second book right now. I'm not very far in it so far, but I'm already enjoying it pretty much just as much as the first. So the next book I finished was for the herbology category, and that was a book that had a nature-related word in its title, and for that I read Shadow and Bone by Leigh Bardugo. Again, this was another 4 out of 5 star read for me. I really liked this book a lot. I was anticipating I was gonna like this. I had a friend back home who told me I was going to like it quite a bit, and from some of the reviews I'd heard, from YouTubers I follow, I was getting a really good feeling about this book. Another book I'm already very excited to read the sequels for. I already have holds for them on my e-reader. I am still waiting for me to be able to take them out. When that will be, I don't yet know. But yeah, I love Shadow and Bone. I did say it's 4 to 5, a little bit more of a 4.5, but Goodreads does not do point stars. And I'm already super excited to read everything else that's in the Grishaverse. That also includes the Six of Crows duology. I don't know when I'm gonna get to it, but I'm hoping to get to it relatively soon if possible. Yeah, I know, I'm very far behind. It's just a fact of my life. So the next category that I finished was History of Magic, and for that you had to read a historical fiction, and I read A Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. Again, another book I heard quite a bit on BookTube about. Everyone seemed to love it. I got interested. I thought I'd give it a try. Wasn't sure if it'd be up my alley. And I was pleasantly surprised by this book. Another 4 out of 5 read for me. I think the biggest surprise for me was I enjoyed the writing style of this book. The language in it was amazing. And it was something that actually sucked me into the story and made me care about the characters quite a bit. Same as like everyone else is saying, I did find the story to be very entertaining. I found it to be a lot of fun. And I just really liked the adventure that the main characters went on. I thought that was amazing. And I'm kind of excited for the continuation. I'm already betting I'm gonna like the sequel quite a bit more because I loved Felicity as a character and the next book focuses on her entirely. So yeah, love Gentleman's Guide. Looking forward to the sequel. It was a great book. BookTube hype, again, proved right. Finding these BookTube hypes are doing really, really well. Really well. So the last book I finished this month, and I actually only just finished it yesterday on the very last day of the magical readathon, and that was for the Divinations category, which was a book that has a prophecy in it, and it's the only hard copy book I read this month, and that is An Ember in the Ashes by Saba Tahir. So again, another one I heard about on BookTube, and the third book is coming out in June. So I really wanted to read this, and I want to read the second book before the new one comes out. I loved this book. This was amazing. I gave it a 5 out of 5. I think my favorite part about it was the society in this was very reminiscent of an ancient Roman society, but it was still very different. Something I appreciated after my dislike of the ancient Greek-like society in Crow Beauty. I'm also enjoying the fact that I have to fear for most of the characters in this. It is more interesting when you don't know who's going to die next. Yeah, there's a reason why I still watch Game of Thrones even though it hurts me. So yeah, love this book. Looking forward to the sequel. Might not read it for a little bit because I need to recover from this book, especially since my love-hate relationship with Helena finally went to I love her character by the end of this book, and I'm still reeling from a lot of the stuff that was happening in this. Yeah, it was very easy to just sit down and read over 100 pages of this in one sitting because I did not want to put it down. Alright, so that was my rather quick April reading wrap-up. I didn't really give summaries of most of these books as they're all pretty well known. A lot of them are very popular or very well talked about right now, so I'm going to safely assume most people have heard of them. And if you haven't, I will leave links to all of the Goodreads pages for them down below so you can have a look at these books if you're interested. Alright, so that's it for my April reading wrap-up, and as I said, I will be posting some travel vlogs very soon. It might take me a little while, but I hope to get there as quickly as possible. So if you like this video, please click that like button down below. If you want to see more videos, including the upcoming travel vlogs I have for you, please click that subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Bye!